What are independent events? How do we figure it out from the given probabilities in a Venn diagram? Let's understand it very clearly. Let us understand what are independent events, what are dependent events. Here is part of the question which I have discussed earlier. We have given you the probability distribution in the form of a Venn diagram for three different events A, B, and C. And now the question is state with reason whether events A and B are independent or not. And part K is to look into whether the events B and C are independent or not. Now, how do we figure out whether two events are dependent or independent? Well, the key is for independent events. Let's say we consider A and B, and if you want to check whether it's independent or dependent, so we say that what is the probability of intersection of the two events? So, what is the probability of intersection of the two events? That is what we are trying to figure out. Now, from the Venn diagram, the probability is sum of these two. Correct? So, let's add them. It is 0.05 plus 0.10, which is 0.15. Now, if this probability is same as probability of A times probability B, then it becomes independent, otherwise it is dependent. And now let's find what is the probability of A times probability of B. Now, probability of A is sum of these three, right? So let me write down 0.10 plus 0.05 plus 0.10. So that is probability of A, and we have to multiply this by probability of B, which is 0.17 plus 0.05 plus 0.10 plus 0.08. So that gives you what? Let's figure this out. So when you add these three for probability of A, you get 0.25 and multiply with the sum of the others, which is 5 and 0.4. And when you multiply these, you get not 0.15, but you get 0.10. Correct? So probability of A and B is 0.10. Since you can see that probability of A intersection B is not equal to probability of A times probability of B, we say that the events are not independent, or we can say they are dependent events, or we say not independent events. Make sense? So that is how you can say whether the events are dependent or not. Right? Okay. Now let's take up the other case, which is State the reason whether B and C are independent or not. So a better way could be first find probability of B, right? So probability of B is add all those things which we did earlier. 0.05 plus 0.10 plus 0.17 plus 0.08, and we got that as 0.40. Correct. Let's find probability of C, which is 0.10 plus 0.08 plus 0.27, right? That gives you 7 and 8 is 15, 5, 1, 3 and 1, 4. So 0.45, correct? Now, from the Venn diagram, you can see that probability of B intersection C is what? Well, probability of B intersection C is this, right? So we can write this as 0.10 plus 0.08, which is 0.18. Now, let's find what is the probability of B times probability of C. Probability of B being 0.40 multiplied by 0.45. What do you get? So when you multiply zero point 0.4 times 0.45, you get 0.18. Since they are same, right, this is equal to probability of B intersection C, we conclude that they are independent events. Makes sense, right? So that is how you conclude that they are independent events, right? So this process even better. Find probabilities of each event, then their intersection, and check whether the product of the probability is same or not. If it is same, as in this particular case, then the probabilities are independent. Thank you. I hope it is absolutely clear. Thanks for your valuable time and all the best.